Option demand for small caps has gone haywire. You can take a look at the 5-day call volumes in iShare Russell 2000 ETF, aka IWM, absolutely spiking, in which when rate cuts come, people anticipate that small caps will do extremely well and outperform large cap stocks. Small caps including short squeeze plays. And that's going to start off the video with one that we brought to your attention, ticker symbol HOLO, HOLO. Before we jump into AMC and GameStop, I just wanted to say that HOLO broke beneath this trend line on the 4-hour time frame and is not looking that great. Watch for a potential retrace down to about 44 cents. Again, this is just one that you only should have put your pennies in and not risked it all for. As right now, it's absolutely not over. You kind of just have to wait for these things to kick off because they will never give you a signal. Another one I'll put on your radar since you guys tune into the video is ticker symbol AABB, Asia Broadband Inc. starting to scale higher, and it had a massive squeeze just like other plays back in 2021. Not once, but twice. Okay, so that is going to bring us into AMC. AMC is actually up 1.19% on the day, and today is looking pretty good. You can see that it is testing a breakout. It actually wicked above this, came back down, and now the body is trading inside of this wedge that we tested once, twice, 3 times on the downside. Once, twice, you could technically say 3, and this is the 4th test, meaning AMC is likely to break out from here. AMC always normally gets a 4 test before a breakout to the upside. First level we're watching, of course, is a close above 520 on the day today, 542, 595, 631, and then 717. That's also going to bring us into the green cycle, ending the blue cycle hopefully before September 11th. So you have this little time frame right here to end the blue cycle. Blue cycle would be a pop, scale down, and then a squeeze from here. So overall, AMC is looking pretty good. GameStop getting a flush down, rejecting at 22.35. Can't really close and open above and get a full candle right there. Watch for a potential retrace down to $20.85. That would be 1, 2, 3, the 4th test on this trend line. You don't necessarily have to get that, but if you come take a look at previously what we're tracking with GameStop, 118 days in is right about here in the red cycle, meaning we are just about to finish it this week before entering the green cycle, green part of the cycle, right? GameStop 118 days in today, meaning you have a few days to get flushed down a little bit lower, probably a bottom at $20 before entering that green zone. Overall, we are very, very close on both of these plays. Now, Donald Trump says November 5th will be the most important day in the history of America, which is going to bring us into the S&P 500, the overall market. Everyone is very confused as to where this thing is going to go and what is happening. People are calling for a catastrophic event. People are calling for all-time highs. And overall, we do have a lot of important catalysts going forward that are going to affect it. First of all, being Nvidia earnings this week, which I'm going to cover at the very end of this video. And I can't wait to cover it. But on top of that, rate cuts, of course. Now, average S&P performance by month. The S&P 500 has fallen an average of 0.6% in September since 1945, which is the worst performance of any month. And you can see right here, based on the chart, this is never a good month for the SPY. But the thing that's dangerous about that is actually it's only August 26th, so we do have about a full trading week left for the SPY, even though we're down 0.11%, trading at 561.53. Now, if I bring the drawings in right here, I'm going to give you a couple outcomes that the S&P 500 could have. You could see a spike off of where we're at, trade sort of up to all-time highs before crashing down lower, or you could be in this where the SPY has to come back down to 453. Overall, by the election, watching the SPY to near 600 or near 453, and now you have 2 different directions that the market can go. But overall, historically, the SPY does not do well in September. We called this out perfectly yesterday based on war that is happening, a rejection on the SPY, and then potentially V-shaped recovery, except we expected it to go a little bit lower, in which case it still very well can go a little bit lower as long as we hold 555.30 on the overall market. Now, here's what's actually more scary. Yes, the SPY has dumped an average of 0.6% in September, but take a look at historical pump and dumps after rate cuts. 1989, July, the SPY after rate cuts was up 5.26% in 25 days, but following 285 days was down 21%. Same thing, July 13th, 1990, up 1.2% in 2 days and then down 20% in 88 days. The list goes on and on. So you see major spikes in the charts, up 8% in 28 days, up 6% in 28 days, and then you see a nosedive over a longer time frame, which is a harsher correction. If we actually saw the S&P 500 do that, you're looking at it come up to around 573.90, and then potentially over the next year correcting down another 25% or so, coming down to around 454 or even a bit lower, 425. Okay, so this could be the same catastrophic scenario that you see, but in which case you could see a pop before. This is why everything is so scary trying to time the market. Now, on top of that, what is happening right now? Treasury markets have never experienced such losses. The Bloomberg Treasury Total Return Index is down 11% from its 2020 peak, exceeding every other drawdown recorded over the last 100 years. The drawdown accelerated after one of the fastest Fed rate hiking cycles in history, with 525 BPS of rate hikes in 16 months. To put this into perspective, the second largest drawdown of Treasury market was seen in the late 1970s at 7.5%. Meanwhile, TLT, a popular bond tracking ETF, is now up 1% year to date after initially dropping 10%. Bond markets are signaling a major shift, also just not good for the overall market. Now, however, Bitcoin has closed above 64,000, but now sold off under that. The fact that we got a weekly close above 63 shows extreme strength for Bitcoin, showing that the cup and handle formation over a very, very long time frame, I believe 3-4 years, is now playing out, and we could just start to see scales higher. As soon as we close above 69,000, I see Bitcoin flying past all-time highs. Now, this doesn't have to move in tandem with the market. I've covered this before, but I'm watching Bitcoin to sort of give us a, closer idea, an educated guess on as to, is the SPY going to scale higher or is it going to go lower? And overall, based on where you think the market is going to go, you can kind of tell where Nvidia may go, right? You can get an educated guess because this stock is going to move the market. It's either going to prop it up or it's going to tank it, which is going to bring us into Nvidia. Nvidia is set to reveal another surge in profits on the back of doubling revenues as it benefits from the rapid adoption of generative AI. Before we jump into the charts, you can see Nvidia has had major dark pool prints. You can see Nvidia 3x combined trades dark pool of 10,628,200 shares, over $1 billion. Nvidia 2x combined trades dark pool prints, 4,276,159 shares, 544K worth. Nvidia 4x combined trades dark pool 11,668,541 shares, over $1 billion again. And then last but not least, 292,500 shares, bringing us into the charts right here. I'm actually using my indicator for this one because I am excited for earnings, and I do plan on playing it because I don't want to miss this opportunity. I personally want to play it. It's risky, it's fun, but I see great opportunity that's not going to come a lot. Okay, yes, there's opportunity every day, but this one is something everybody is paying attention to. Now, recently, Nvidia broke down out of this that my indicator detected and gave us a price target. It didn't quite get down to the price target at around $84, but it got very close, coming down to around $90, so gave a signal that it missed. Now, Nvidia has scaled higher, and I have this on a 19-day trading window, which basically just detects the trend. I think Nvidia will come back down and potentially test 122 before scaling higher and coming to all-time highs. This is a potential, okay, which is exactly why I want to see what happens tomorrow, most importantly on Nvidia, and then maybe tomorrow night entering my call or put on Nvidia, and that is basically the plan as of right now. I may enter even the day of, which is Wednesday, of their earnings. But overall, my expected levels for Nvidia, if we sell off on earnings, I'm watching 104. I think Nvidia comes down to 104. If we gap up on earnings, I think we come up to 150. Those are my levels, 150 and 104. And coincidentally enough, we're trading exactly smack dab in the middle, which is going to be a very, very dangerous play. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below if you think Nvidia is going to go up or down on earnings. Now, also, Nvidia is expected to have another nasty beat, which could potentially be projected in the charts. I also want you to note that overall, Nvidia longer term time frame, medium term time frame would have a lot more room to the downside than the upside, right? But some people would argue that this is still not overbought just yet, and Nvidia is still a discount. You got to remember that this is trading above $1,000 pre-split. Now you're only seeing the price trade at $126. So Nvidia really has to have stronger than what's expected come out on their sales and their guidance and everything going forward. And the reason being is because What's already priced in is the overvaluation. They have to surpass analysts' expectations. They don't have to meet them, they have to surpass them. And they have to surpass them by a good amount, in my personal opinion. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Make sure to join the Discord. It is the third link in the description of the video. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks and crypto all day long. Overall, best people, best vibes. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go. Again, it is just a coffee a month. If you're not in any Discords, I don't blame you. I used to be the same way. But get in this one, guys. Level yourself up. It's time. You guys won't notice it based on the benefit you get out of it. If you want to take trading and investing seriously, come join the Discord. Also, you're grandfathered in at the price you get in at. Also, the second link in the description of the video is for Moomoo. If you want up to 20 free stocks, which is a lot, use my link, open an account, and make a deposit into your account. And you can use their platform if you want, or you can just get your free stocks. They're also giving you level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, a customizable earnings calendar, and more as a retail trader, which is insane. Again, that is the second link for Moomoo. The very top link, if you want to use my custom indicator, in which I just use on my Nvidia chart that you guys have seen right here. Very, very helpful. Make sure to go get it. It is pattern detection and forecasting. It detects patterns, gives you price targets, and forecasts what the stock might do, and you can edit the time frames, play around with it, so on and so forth. I'm also giving you a 14-day free trial. If you want to go get access, press the link in the top of the description of the video. If you guys are not just trying to trade and you're not just here for the pump and dumps and you have cash sitting on the sidelines, I dropped several important videos over the weekend. Best stocks to buy right now, stock market emergency, and then best stocks to buy now again. I did some analysis over the weekend, and a ton of these stocks I think are going to have extremely high growth over the next year or so. So go watch these videos. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.